That's right, baby. You know what it is? It's the feature presentation radio show. It's DJ Sus1, co-host Ali V. I get all aggressive, right, quickly.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, Sus?
And we got a special.
Passionate.
It was passionate?
Okay.
I'm a passionate individual.
You know.
We got a friend to the show. First time on my show.
Yes, sir.
Let me see how I can do this introduction. Incredible.
Just say Oziel. Stop. Just say Oziel,
There you
y'all.
go.
Omari, you here, boy? What's good?
I'm here. What's up, Sus Boy?
My nigga, what's
My
good,
brother.
boy?
You. All you. I'm here for you, pimp.
So, I heard a record of yours this morning.
Oh, man. Right?
Yes. I'm new to the music, honestly. I'm new to the music, and I want you to talk to me.
I figured I was going to surprise everybody with it. You know, for a long time, man, you, of course, knew me, and a lot of people knew me. Ali B might be the same as a poet. But I always knew that I was musical, and I think it was just one of those moments where I looked at where my platform presently was and the leverage that I had, I guess, compiled, and I realized that this would be the moment to actually take advantage of that leverage and to put out other forms of my art. I knew I was an artist, and it was interesting because the younger generation, not only do they not know me as a full artist, they know me as an actor only in specific roles. They don't even know the 14 years of acting. So I knew it would be a surprise, man, but it's a really cool project. You know, the album is Later Decatur, comes out in April, Sus, but
Yes.
This record that you're speaking to, Bloodshed, we decided to drop pre-inauguration.
Yes. Very strategic.
Very
and I want to
strategic.
talk about all of that.
Very strategic.
Now, I'm trying to think, should I talk about the content of the record first, or should I talk about the music? Because the content of the record, man, is
It's
like
deep.
It's very deep.
Yeah.
It addresses a lot of issues going on, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter movement.
Absolutely.
And since this is pre-inauguration, and I'm assuming you're not performing at the inauguration.
What did Alicia Keys say?
No one's gonna. Yeah, that was funny. So I just want your opinion on Donald Trump and everything that's going on with him and everything that's going on in politics. Because I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I lean towards that. I think presidents are puppets to begin with.
I always do too.
But I want to know. So,
I do too.
with that being said, like the Lox was on the show the other day, and I said, "Well, does it matter who's
Wait,
president?"
who was on the show?
The
The
Lox,
Lox.
Jada Kiss,
Dope.
yeah.
Dope. Jada's my boy. Shout out to Jada.
Salute to Jada. So I asked, does it even matter if they're puppets? Who's president? So what's your opinion on that?
I don't think that dissimilar from you. I think that the House and the Senate definitely have a Geppetto to Pinocchio string in terms of our presidents and how they run. The irony for me, Sus, is that if that be the case, and I agree with you in many ways that is the case, then real big shout outs to President Obama, because he figured out how to not necessarily be so puppeteered.
Yes.
To the point where, plenty of people, as we know, had issues with him, including black people, and what he didn't do or wasn't able to accomplish. But, as brown people, of all ethnic backgrounds, brown, we tend to want, somebody that represents us, or at least represents our ethnic journey and traps and pitfalls. We want them to represent fully what we want represented. And there was no way he was going to be able to do that. And ironically, I think when it's all said and done, he still goes down as a top 20 president ever. So I tend to think in the way that you do, in terms of Donald Trump being then, therefore, thusly puppeted or becoming a puppet for the Republicans. I got to tell you, when he won, and particularly as an actor, really being observant and looking at people's facial expressions, I feel like he was in shock.
You think so?
Yeah. I actually, yeah. You
don't
felt
think
the same
it's
way,
Yeah,
Alan?
I did feel that. Yeah.
I do feel like they're playing, and I do, and I'm not going to argue with the CIA, who've covered up a lot of things in life and who've exposed a lot of things in life. I'm not going to argue with them, which is amazing that he is, that the election wasn't tampered with. I mean, are we kidding ourselves? Of course it was.
Of course it was. But
His hands are in the pockets of Putin, not vice versa. His hands are in the pockets of Putin and Russia. So yeah, absolutely.
So I want you to say to the people and describe the mentality and everything about the record Bloodshed.
So really for me, man, I was able to, I went in open-minded, and when I listened to the album in totality at this point, Sus, I'm able to go, what I'm proud of is the range on the album definitely exemplifies the range of me as an actor. So there's R&B, there's hip-hop, there's folk, there's different colors. I'm attacking the mic on certain songs, as you said, being aggressive, going aggro, or laid back, completely doing a love song with Tank, or you know, with Melanie Fiona or whatever, being apologetic, being all the colors that I've been able to show as an actor, I'm able to do on the album. And I never really thought the two would go. And now I realize, oh, well, yeah, if you're that level or range of an artist, then once you go to another genre of art, which that being music, you can do the same thing. So when I walked in Josiah Bell's studio, the producer of the song and the singer on the song, he was already riffing. No more bloodshed. He was already riffing that.
Yeah.
And I was immediately jettisoned back to Columbine and back to where I was when I heard about 9/11. And where I was, not just Columbine, but all the subsequent schools, the Virginia Tech shooting and the elementary school shootings and the 5-year-olds that were, you know, arrested for toting guns, and the 7 to 3 years of black lives being represented by teenagers getting mauled in the middle of the street, getting shot for no apparent reasons, while white kids, you know, walked away just handcuffed. We had a white prisoner, if you remember, from America who fled Canada, and then once they captured him, they did nothing to him. And you know, so it's hard for me to be a kid who's definitely experienced police brutality at the age of 23 years old in a real bad way. It's hard for me to not immediately, upon feeling the song and the track that Josiah had already created, not feeling like, cool, let's just talk about all the bloodshed, including black on black violence, including people that look like me killing people that look like me, like all bloodshed. Like, it's really bad. ISIS, whether it exists, you say you're a conspiracy theorist, or whether it is just a form or faction of something else that prior existed.
To create fear. That's
right. The reality is terrorism is implemented to create fear and to change our patterns and ways of living. So if you now go to the airport and that baggage claim, you looking over your shoulder, that's exactly what terrorism wants. So can we eradicate bloodshed? No. Can we eradicate it with one song? Definitely no. But you can use a platform as an artist who has certain eyes and ears on him, and Josiah included, and make people go, well, shit, if Omari's talking about it, fuck it. Maybe we should actually really work at, in our little communities or in our little huddles in life, we can work at really trying to get rid of bloodshed and whatever we know it to be. You know, for some people it's a high level of war bloodshed, and for some people it's just, yo, my cousin got shot down the street and he shouldn't have been shot.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, because I know we know each other a while. I don't know if you know my background. I'm black and white, so I didn't even know what racism was till I went to school. I
knew your background because you know my kids are black and white.
Oh,
well,
nice. I know white, that about me.
Black, white, Japanese, Native American.
So I never knew what racism was till I got older. And now I just want to ask you, which means it's taught to, in my opinion, it's taught
completely
to people.
Taught.
So, in your opinion, if you were the president of the United States,
damn sus,
how would you stop?
Biggest role of your life.
Woo.
How would you go about changing
racism?
The mentality of racism? Yes.
Yeah, immediately conversations first and foremost. Within America, and I'll stay specific since you asked that. We are a country that is full of lies and cover-ups, full of it. I mean, we are not honest about, the fact that the Native Americans, which is heavy in my bloodline, were the people that were here in America. We're not honest necessarily about the fact that the land and the country was taken from them. New York in particular, we're in New York doing this interview, ironically sold by the Native Americans to the Dutch for, I don't know, a piece of gunpowder and a quarter. I mean, Manhasset, that's Native American. It's so there's a lot of people that look like you and us, and again, because of your half black background, you and I can look like each other, and we're all mixed. First of all, brown people don't know that we're all mixed. So the reality is, there's a lot of people that, in being mixed, don't even know that not only are they mixed, while they say, oh, he got good hair, he got in their family, the same person saying it probably got just as much mix in their family. We equally don't know what the country was built on. It's built on lies. It's built on all of those things. So as the president of this country, I would have to say that what we have not done, what we've evaded, is actual conversations. The moment when a 5-year-old white kid who adores a black kid across the street has a question to his parents about, well, why don't you want me to hang with them anymore? I could not change the parent telling the kid, well, I don't want you to hang with them because they're black. I can't change that, but I could change the fact that the conversations that in a movie format might be considered the movie Crash. Hey, there's the conversation, Crash. It's about race, but that ain't a real conversation. That's a movie wrapped up in an American movie ending that really doesn't do anything but touch on race relations within our country, within a 2-hour movie. So if you really think about it, as a president, your hands are sort of tied. But if I could untie mine, it would simply be to go, yo, be honest with your kid about that. Be honest with the fact that you actually fear the black kid named Michael Brown, who's about 6'5", that you're running up on and pulling a gun out and saying he charged me. No, say that you actually fear. At the moment you drove up, you feared him before he even charged you. His natural reaction is to charge you because 7 times in the last 3 months, cops have rolled up on him.
Yeah.
Is he perhaps doing something he shouldn't do? Maybe. But he should not be on this earth anymore because of that.
Exactly.
So the conversations aren't being had about real fear. The fear that the black kid who this white son or daughter loves, the white parent isn't sitting and going, I think I don't want you around them because even though they're 5 years old, I fear them. What do you fear, mom and pop? I don't know. I fear that I don't know them. Cool. Now we're somewhere.
I understand.
Now we're somewhere. Fear that you don't know them. The unknown is scary. The unknown is scary for us.
For everybody.
But just say that shit. The conversations haven't been had. And America really does a great job of going like this.
People fear what they don't understand.
Yeah, they don't get it.
So I don't want to get too deep because we could have that conversation forever. We're at Hip Hop Nation. I want to talk about the music. I want to talk about hip hop. Now, you're a poet.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've been talking to a lot of people.
Raised in hip hop.
Yeah, raised in hip hop.
All of us.
And you know, I'm sure you know the golden era of hip hop.
Of course.
And I just want you, I always ask the people that come to the show the opinion on the new generation of hip hop, where it seems like lyrics isn't the most popular part of it right now.
Right.
And you growing up in hip hop and being a poet,
yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, of course we got the Drakes, the J. Coles, the Kendricks, the Big Seans, the, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I DJ in the clubs and they're not asking for a lot. Drake, well, Drake they do, but majority of that they're not asking for. It's not the most popular thing.
That's
so how do you feel about that energy in hip hop right now?
I think it's a great question you asked, and I think that to a great point you made, you cut yourself and you said, or you interrupted yourself and said, well, Drake they're asking for. Yeah, they're asking for Drake. And ironically, another actor, musician, actor, right? Myself, Mos Def, Tupac. There's a couple of us. The reality is Method Man. He could be Queen Latifah, LL. We could go, you know.
Yeah.
But in terms of like really having that thing, I feel like Drake, what his real gift is he can make the party track. And then he can do something deep. All the depth was on the first albums, the underground stuff. J. Cole and Kendrick have decided that not only is their brand going to be what their brand is, but they've decided that what makes them wake up in the morning and feel motivated about doing this shit, because like Michael Jordan said, I'm going to do baseball when basketball ain't fun no more. Once you lose fun or passion in that what you do, then even if you don't vacate it physically, your spirit and your soul has vacated. Your heart ain't in it no more. And so I think for what you're seeing and what we're seeing, and I feel like it turned a little bit around the era when, you know, for me, when I think about it, it's ironic that Soulja Boy and Chris Brown are having whatever they're having. I don't want to speak on that. But I remember when Soulja Boy had the song, you know, ooh. And,
crank that Soulja Boy.
And I remember, and that was cool. And I remember thinking, there's a place for that. You know, my ear could understand that there's a place for that. But being a writer, obviously, certain people's ear goes to the beat. Certain people's ear goes to the lyric.
Yeah.
If it was a Stevie Wonder song or if it was Rakim, I always was a little bit more into the lyric first.
Me too.
And then the beat hit me. So the lyric, people go, it goes whatever way it goes. The new generation, all art sus, has gone down. Sus, I'm talking about even the ability to dress in a particular way.
Facts.
To dress is to be of art. It is to know how to put an outfit together, to know how to decorate a living room.
How'd you feel about the Young Thug album cover where he was in a dress?
But he actually sometimes says some shit.
Well, if you get past the mumbling, he says some shit.
He actually sometimes says some shit. It's really interesting.
Future says some shit too, but you gotta get past.
You gotta get past some stuff.
But you know, I don't, you know, not to disrespect anybody, but you know, because I play Young Thug's records, I don't know how I feel about the wearing dresses on covers.
No, I don't. Yeah. I mean, what about Dennis Rodman wearing the wedding dress after his
everybody knows he's a weirdo.
But you still working with the new generation. You working with Rotimi.
I'm working with Rotimi.
I saw you in the studio with him.
I'm working with Rotimi, who I think is an old soul.
Yeah.
So
I spoke to Ro yesterday just to get some insight on the new music. He wouldn't tell me anything.
Right.
So can you say something?
Yeah. Well, to your point, and you know, maybe bridging Sus's comment to your point. If the new generation is that of that old soul, we know what an old soul is. You know when your grandma says, "Oh, that kid got an old soul." Yeah, Roti still knows how to be an 8-year-old. We none of us should lose that, right? Tom Hanks is one of our greatest actors ever because he still knows how to be a kid. But at the end of the day, Roti is an old soul. The young kid in South Africa I got down with us, Nasty C. I refuse to call him that, so I changed his name from me to King Nas, because I told him, I'm not going to call a young brown kid Nasty.
All right.
But unless you say Nasty now, it's totally different. But this kid is incredibly gifted, and like Rotimi, his ear and his heart is on the pulse, to Suss's point, about what good music is, and telling a story that we heard in the household from our grandparents or our parents, and the story being that of, well, even if you're getting down and getting jiggy, let's say something of severity so that people walk away having learned something. Yeah, it's cool to dance, it's cool to get stupid, it's cool to, shake it up every blue moon. But what's not cool is the fact that even slow dancing no longer happens.
Right.
What's not cool, it doesn't happen. That's not cool to me. That's a major part of our culture. Slow dancing doesn't happen. Big Boy said it years ago, or was it CeeLo? We don't dance no more. We don't dance no more. Yeah. People don't dance no more. All they do is, and so all of that is to say that Rotimi being on it is me selecting specifically people of the generation, not just a kid who's on my show or me on his show or we on a collective of show. Me collecting people for me, Ali, who are about the music and what we really feel music is supposed to be. It's supposed to be something that grows you. And if you can get some dancing in, cool. Mary J. Blige we will forever love because of her pain. We pray that she we pray that she gets to a place in her life presently as well. We pray that she gets to a place in her life where the pain dissipates or fades away. But I got to be honest with you. Her pain has created an entirety of career.
Right.
If she's going through a divorce, we might get a good album.
Do you feel like if you're in a happy place in your life, that
Hallmark.
the music
I used to say I can't be a Hallmark poet.
Powerful. Because I know you in the studio when you were recording Bloodshed, you were crying. Like
I ended up crying on the song. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's because I asked a friend years ago, he's on the album too, NQ, Dope MC, and I asked NQ some years ago, I said, yo, Ink, I'm making money now. Life is taking off. It hadn't for him yet. And it was starting to finally take off for me. Post Spike Lee movie, Next Day Air, things were happening. Gridiron Gang, Guardian with Kevin Costner. I said, what do I do now, man? Where's all that crap we gone through? He said, oh, that's in your front pocket. You ain't gonna lose that. All of them trials and tribulations, living on each other's couch, showering at the YMCA, that's right there. Mm-hmm. And he was so right. Not only is it right there, there's been some new shit added to the back pockets. Right. It's always reachable. So I feel like, yes, you can't be a Hallmark poet. Roses are red. You can't be a Hallmark singer or musician. I think about Robert Glasper. He's an EP on my album. Robert puts pain in those piano keys. You can't, and he's silly. When you talk to Robert Glasper, there's nobody more silly. But we laugh a lot because those of us that have pain can only survive off of laughter. But I think the art is about the pain, and you got to put it in there. And so Bloodshed was like, hey, fuck it, let me pour in.
So they're trying to wrap us up right now. I want to talk about the new season of Power real quick.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Season 4.
Talk about it real quick, though.
Crazy that we in season 4 already.
Yeah, man, it's a successful show.
You added new characters, right, Charlie?
We had a new character. Oh, don't say that.
Oh, I can't.
They added it, I thought they announced it.
It's already.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
y'all know stuff I don't know.
We know.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. Y'all
say it again, Allie?
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy will be the character. He's going to be like one of the prisoners or something like that.
Cool,
okay, see?
Cool. I didn't know.
Okay, you didn't know.
Don't get me in
He
trouble.
didn't say that.
Yes,
we said it.
Don't get me in
I said
trouble.
it.
Oh, okay,
Ali
cool.
said it.
So yeah,
there you go.
New characters.
Okay. Is your music going to be on season 4 of Power?
I don't know.
Yes.
Me and 50 have a song.
Okay, we got to talk to 50.
have a song together.
Okay.
We haven't done it yet. We have a song together, and then I have a song called Ghost, which is really dope and different. And so maybe that song will make it on. Courtney seems to like it, and the writer's room likes the song a lot, so they've been bumping it. So we'll see. But Ghost is in a pickle this year, man. You know how season 3 ended, so he's in a real pickle this year. Real pickle. He's in the pickle of what it seems like the Republicans want people that look like Ghost to be in the pickle of.
Well, behind the scenes, I want you to tell me the whole entire script.
I will.
So, album coming in April.
The album comes in April, Later Decatur.
Mm-hmm.
Sus knows I grew up in Decatur. For the world that doesn't know, I'm from ATL. I'm from specifically Decatur, where it's greater. And it's really about wherever we've come from, traveling, to the new journey of where you are in life. You made it out. And it's not necessarily that you want to say goodbye to it for good, but you got to say later to it, So it's Later Decatur, and the song Bloodshed came out yesterday.
So thank you for coming to the show, my brother.
Thanks, Us1.
Been a friend for a minute.
You gifted cat.
Thank you.
Us mixed people got to stick together. I don't know about the Puerto Rican. No, it's not. I'm just joking. I love everybody. It's the feature presentation radio show. Oh, good looking, bro.
Good looking, Sus. Love y'all, man. Peace, world.